All right, let's talk about a huge shift in Salesforce development, thanks to Copado's new commit experience. We're going to dive into how it can take you from that world of frustrating errors to, well, a much smoother, more intelligent workflow. Let's jump right in.
So let's start with a feeling that every Salesforce developer, admin, heck, even architects know all too well, right? You've spent all this time building something amazing, you're pumped to deploy it, and then, bam, you hit this wall of mysterious, cryptic errors that just completely tanks your day. Sound familiar? I bet it does.
Okay, so before we get into the solution for that headache, let's just do a super quick level set for anyone who might be new to this. What is Copado?
Basically, you can think of Copado as a DevOps platform that's built from the ground up for Salesforce. Its whole job is to manage the entire development lifecycle. Moving changes between your orgs, handling all the version control stuff, all in one spot.
All right, let's get back to that frustration we were talking about. Because, to really get why this new experience is such a big deal, we've got to look at the old way of doing things, the way that, honestly, leads to so much wasted time.
So this old workflow, I'm sure it's going to look pretty familiar. You, the developer, you commit your changes, you hit run deployment, and then nothing. It fails. And that's what kicks off that horrible, painful cycle of just digging through logs for hours trying to figure out what on earth went wrong.
And you usually get hit with some cryptic Salesforce error like this one, right? Hey, you're trying to deploy this layout, but you forgot this one little custom field dependency. It's such a simple mistake, but that one little oversight can literally cost you hours of productivity. So this is the big question, isn't it? What if you could just sidestep that whole reactive debugging mess entirely? I mean, what if you could catch that error before it even has a chance to become a problem?
And that is exactly where Copado's new commit experience comes in. And look, this is not just some fresh coat of paint, not just a UI refresh. It is a fundamental shift in how you work with your deployment pipeline. It makes the entire process smarter, right from the very beginning. And this really shows the core change in thinking. The old way? It only knew about your source org. It was kind of blind to everything else. But the new experience, it's pipeline aware. What does that mean? It means it has the full context of where your changes are actually going, and it knows this right from the moment you start to commit.
So let's dig in and see how this pipeline awareness translates into actual features, intelligent features that are built specifically to stop arrows in their tracks.
Okay, this right here is the heart of the whole thing. Imagine this. Instead of committing, running the deployment, and then slapping your forehead when you realize you forgot something, what if the system could just tell you instantly?
Well, that's exactly what it does. It's pretty amazing. As you start selecting the components you want to commit, the new experience is working in the background, automatically analyzing them against the destination org. And boom, it instantly flags any missing dependencies. All the guesswork is just gone.
And this is where the intelligent part really shines. It doesn't just throw a giant, noisy list of every possible dependency at you. No, it's smarter than that. It pinpoints only the critical ones, the things that it knows will absolutely cause your deployment to fail. It's all signal, zero noise. And that intelligence keeps going. You can now compare your changes against any environment in your pipeline, not just the next one down the line. Why is that cool? Well, it helps you catch potential conflicts with what other developers are doing way earlier. Plus, you get way faster selective commits and a super clear view of what's brand new versus what's just been tweaked. Yeah, let's talk about speed for a sec. This is a big one. In the old experience, if you were trying to do a selective commit on something complex, like a big page layout, it could take, up to 6 minutes just to load. 6 minutes! Now, it's pretty much instant. Just think about all that time you get back to actually, build stuff.
Okay, so now we get to what might be the most visually impressive feature of them all. This is the real wow moment for sure. It's all about how the new experience handles Salesforce flows, which, as we all know, can be an absolute nightmare to review.
So, look, have you ever actually tried to figure out what changed in a flow by staring at the raw XML on the left? It's just a wall of text. It's basically impossible. But now look at the right. The new Flow Visualizer takes that mess and transforms it into this beautiful, clean, side-by-side diagram that shows you exactly what was added, what was changed, and what was deleted. It's a game changer.
And that's such a critical point. Yeah, it saves a ton of time for developers, absolutely. But think about the architects or the tech leads who have to review and sign off on this stuff. This makes their lives so much easier. It just makes the whole quality control process faster and way more accurate for everybody involved.
So this is all amazing stuff, but Copado isn't stopping here, not at all.
The next evolution is already in the works, and yeah, you guessed it, it's going to be powered by AI.
Pretty soon you're going to see AI integrated right into this experience. The idea is that it'll be able to read the context of your user story, look at the changes you've made in your sandbox, and then intelligently suggest, hey, based on this story, here are the components you probably need to commit. The best way to think about it is like an intelligent copilot. The goal here isn't to replace you, not at all. It's to be a helping hand, to make sure you don't accidentally forget something and to speed up all the tedious parts of the job so you can focus on the fun, creative stuff.
So, let's just wrap this up. What's the bottom line? The new commit experience is really about a fundamental shift in your workflow. It's about saving you hours of time by catching errors before they happen. It's about drastically reducing failed deployments, which improves the quality of your releases, and it makes collaboration across your team so much smoother.
And that really leaves us with one final exciting thought. When you shift from a world of constantly reacting to problems to one where you're proactively and intelligently building, you get back the one thing you can't make more of: time. So the real question is, what are you going to build with it?